Okay, today I'm going to work on Birches with Orange number 3. And my plan is to add more white to the branches. Not crazy about this dark splotch over here. That might look nice with maybe like light coming at an angle through here. I'm not quite sure. And I'll probably go and refine the dark branches too, make them thinner by adding like the orange yellow background. So that's the plan. Hello. Hey Rhonda, how's it going? All right, one more sip and I'm gonna do this thing. All right, I'm going to choose this brush. I'm gonna use this brush here. It's nice and round. Get some water on it. And I'm just going to dip right into this white and start applying it. It's going to need some more water. Here's a little trick I do. I take some water, so it's sort of built up on the brush, and I dip it in there. I just let a drop of water is probably all I need. It just moistens it up a bit, makes it lighter, easier to work with. And I can start applying it. So my goal here is to give these trees, because I kind of, when I draw them, I didn't draw them very carefully. Now I'm going to go in and try to be careful about keeping an even thickness. Like you can see how this is too thick here, and I screwed this up here. So I'll go in and maybe it gets thicker on this side actually. Yeah. Now at some point the white tree becomes just a dark line. I'm not quite sure at what point that happens. So I'll just have to experiment a bit. So these are water-based oils, and I find about a day to 2 days is all I need to wait until I can paint over it in a layer where it's not grabbing the color underneath. So nowhere near as fast drying as acrylic, which is like in hours, sometimes even minutes if you do it very thin. Probably with the thickness I use, I would say acrylic would dry typically in about 5 hours, because I do medium thickness. But I way prefer working in oils. And I discovered these water-based oils, which are a dream because you don't have to deal with all those noxious fumes. When you use traditional oils, there's all these like there's linseed oil, there's turpentine, like you use thinners to paint thinner. You don't use water. You use like you can use linseed oil or turpentine, and it's very toxic smelling, and you actually need really good ventilation. So there's no way I could do it here. So when I discovered these water-based oils, I was like, hell yeah. So they behave quite a lot like traditional oils. I notice a slight difference in, I don't even know how to describe it, texturing maybe? There's a slight difference. But the other part is great, is washing up is easy. I just soap and water, just like dish soap. Really gets it out. So I usually soak my brushes for like, I need another brush, pointy one. Well, I'm a little bit worried right now because my tinnitus is very, very loud. Oh, fuck, it's loud. It's just stupid ring in my ear. Oh. I have this tinnitus, which is 24 hours a day. And I tell you, some days it just wipes me out. I'm a little worried right now because it's loud. It's like someone shouting in my head. And really throws me off. But painting is the one thing that, thankfully, is one thing I've learned that does tend to quiet it. But on bad days, I swear to God, all I can do is just go up into my room and try to fall asleep for a couple hours. It sucks. And this is only something that happened in the past couple of years. It's changed my life dramatically. So, this is, I never even knew such a thing existed. I think I read about a story about a kid who's young, and he has it so bad, it's like like thundering in his ears every day, and his life is hell. And I can completely relate. Some days it's so loud, it's like someone's screaming in my ear. So I tend not to go out to noisy places. You've got that too, Rhonda? Wow. Well, I don't know how bad yours is, but like right now, in this ear, it's like someone has a megaphone and they're just blasting this high-pitched sound. And fortunately or unfortunately, I do know the cause of it, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, because tinnitus, there can be many causes. You might have had sound damage from like playing music too loud or being, when you were younger. There are actually potentially a viral component to it, like a virus, possibly. And there are some therapies that actually, like there's techniques where I don't know if you know this one, but you're supposed to, I forget, you put your finger on your jaw, you put your finger in your ear and you snap it, or in the back of your neck and you snap it or something, and it tends to cause a vibration, but it doesn't work for me. I am screwed. So right now I'm just trying to fight through it. I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to focus on this as a way to make that sound go away. And some days I win, some days I lose. The irony of it is, one of my favorite things was quiet. I love quiet. Like just being out in nature and there's almost no sound. And now that's the thing I have to avoid entirely. I can't have no sound, which is in a way I can't have like peace. It's like I must have done some bad shit in another life because I got some bad karma because of it. Wait, this tree's in front of this tree. Yeah, oh, I've listened to everything. I've gone to all the top specialists in the city. I've gone to, I know the YouTube stuff you're talking about. My problem is I've got a brain tumor that's right on my auditory nerve, so it's like a different kind of tinnitus. So I've been to all the specialists, and I can't have surgery because it will cause more problems. They said that if they try to cut it out, because I'm going deaf in this ear because of this little lesion, they'll say, in all likelihood, you'll go 100% deaf in that ear, and your face may get paralyzed on half your face, which is awesome, and it's very possible that the tinnitus won't go away, might get worse, could get louder, and will probably just change frequency. So surgery is out for me. The only thing that I find works when it's really bad is I have white noise machines. I pretty much bought everything there was on Amazon, and I blast this white noise, and I have to try to sleep it off. There's no way to avoid it. Like, I just can't avoid what's in your head. In a way, I think it's made me a lot stronger, though. Stronger in that I think this always happens with people. When you have adversity, the things that bother you before are really diminished. You know, like what I have is, I would say, you know, is a form of torture, because you can't escape it. There was a while for a few months where I thought I was going crazy because I didn't know what it was. This was before I had the MRIs confirmed there was a tumor. I had this ringing my head, and I thought I didn't know what it was. And I'm a stubborn guy. I didn't go to the doctor for months and months. And my solution was to exercise myself to exhaustion so that I could just have some sort of peace. Such an idiot. And eventually I went to an ENT, and then neurosurgeons and all that stuff. So now, just other things don't really bother me as much. And I'm kind of happy for it. You know? Because the other thing is, I've got osteoporosis in my knees. I played a lot of sports when I was young, and I got some terrible knee injuries. So I tore medial collateral, anterior cruciate right off when I was about 17 playing football. And then I tore it all completely off again playing soccer when I was about 19. Then when I was about 21, tore it off when I was skiing. And then when I was 26 or 27, I tore it off again doing martial arts. And since that time, I haven't been able to run. So I haven't run since I've been 27 because of this really bad knee injuries. And now it's caught up with me. You know, I'm almost 50, and now it's turned into like arthritic osteoporosis. And I might have to have another surgery. But I think my point is, like, that used to be one of my biggest complaints. Now I'm like laughing about it. It's like, okay, so you can't walk that well. No big deal. Just I would give that up a second to have like a week of no tinnitus. That's how extreme it is. So I think I have also more respect for older people too, who have a lot of these. You know, as you get older, lots of pains and aches, and you know, I know it's crappy, but I think my point is, I've been lucky for most of my life. I've been really lucky about everything. So, but you could say I don't think I've ever been a really big complainer. Maybe except to like a very close friend. But other than that, I try not to complain at all. try not to. Did I get everything? Okay. Oops. All right, so now it looks okay. It's all right. I'm gonna step back, take a peek. Let's see what we got here. Now, oh, I could see, where is it from the camera? This looks a little bit thick here and then thin here. That should be easy to fix. Also looks a little bit too thick there. So what I'm going to come back now is I'm going to come back in with the oranges and reds and use it to clean up the line. See how it's like, it's, here, if I show you closely, it's easy to see up close, but, excuse me for a sec. Let me, hold on. I gotta move my computer too. So you have to be really close to see what I mean. So like right there, I'll take some orange and I'll trace along that line and eliminate like that little mistake there, or even up here. This little bit is too thick, and over here, can you see it? That's too thick there, so I'll thin that out. I should add some white there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut the hell up. And I'm going to make those fixes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with that white while it's on my mind. I'm going to fix this one. After I do the white, I'm going to add these, like, birch trees have these kind of cool patches of color. Sorry, just like dark patches that are random. And so I just kind of, I randomly add these dark patches, and it just feels like a birch tree. Oops, I fucked that up, didn't I? Okay, all right, so now I'm going to take a pointy brush. Here we go. Take this brush, put it next to my thumb so you can see it. It's kind of neat shape. I think this one I've had for like, I don't know, 20 years maybe. So I'm glad it still works. I'm gonna dip it in here. And here's that little one I was telling you about before. And what's neat is, even though like Van Gogh did this, he did a lot of outlines of using colors, and I kind of stole some of his ideas. And the trick is try varying up the colors. And it's okay if there's like this guy would never trace along the side of a tree, but it just sometimes has a cool effect. And so that's one of my little secrets I learned from Van Gogh. And the other one is just go for it. That's my other big secret, is just do it. Don't think about it too much. See, right now, oh, that's nice. So right now my tinnitus just quieted up a bit. Wow, so good. don't know if you could see this. Maybe I should do some more where you guys are, like over here. That is a lighter orange. So now I'm going to go with a bit more orange. And I'll find some of those things I want to clean up. Like right there, that line needs to be cleaner. Oops. That's just me holding my breath. I gotta remember to breathe. This tree, wait, that tree's in front of that tree. So where's my white brush? That one's in front, this one's behind it, this one is in front of this one. I don't like the way these are separating, that three spaces. Oops. All right. Yep. So good. Okay, now I'm gonna come in with this brighter yellow just because I want it to have that more pure yellow. Come on, man. What are you doing? It's kind of nice to have once in a while just a glob of paint to become something. Just sort of that glob gets interpreted by your mind as something. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy just putting something down and then just seeing what your mind makes of it. So I just killed that branch. Watch. What is it? I don't know. You don't know. It's this forest. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, it's almost okay. Now let's go for this yellow. Now this yellow is in its last legs. It's very hard. Yes. Yeah, it does look like a forest fire in the background. That's kind of what I've been changing it, especially because it has this gradient, right? It's got the gradient from what'll now be this intense yellow. Look at this. Bam. I'm going to bring this crazy yellow right across. It definitely makes it look like a forest fire. And I was just thinking about some interesting composition, about having color come right across, and it just turns into interpreting as a forest fire, because I think a lot of little strokes are flame-like. Like those will have a little. If I was to make a fire painting, I would definitely, use some of these similar brush strokes. Now I need to, that really, holy shit, now it's, okay, there's no question that's a forest fire. Who kidding? Okay, so now I wanted to make it kind of like, bring some of this light being reflected down into the ground. I'm just going to take that same yellow and make these kind of impressionistic little brush strokes. Trying to vary it up, not to be too similar. Okay. I'm just going to have a quick sip of coffee. Give me a second here. It's very important when you're doing a painting to step back and look at it from a distance, and you can see all kinds of things. Now I look at it, I can see all kinds of mistakes. Like up here is goofy, that's goofy. Now what I need to do is not be so perfect. Sometimes you let the brush make some mistakes for you. Creates, it does its own work. Like, what if there was a bit of a lightness back here? Take some of that yellow and put it back here, like as if that was a horizon. I don't know. Do that. And then down here, for some reason this was bugging me, so I'm just gonna let my hands do the movement. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna flow with it. Flow with it. I know somewhere in the back of my mind I know what I'm doing, but this is just, you get into this kind of zone where you just know and you just do it. Like sometimes I like to watch my own hands. It's like it's not even my hand sometimes. That's kind of cool. It's like I'm just watching, I'm observing it. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you going over there? I don't know. It's fun. Okay. Alright. Did you do what you wanted to do? I think I did. I think I did what I wanted to do. I'm just gonna go and... I said it was goofy. Where the hell's Goofy? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drink coffee. I see a couple places I could benefit from some fixing up. There. I think a little bit of grab some of this. It's too wet. Sometimes I just use my own hand as a an easel. It's just closer. Just thinning out that those tree trunks because they're just a bit too thick. By putting some you could see what I'm doing. I'd like to explain that. What I like about when I do this other color, I guess this is something I just kind of just figured out recently. You know, Van Gogh would put thick outlines, but just, and so what I started doing is doing thick outlines, but putting an outline on the other side of it, and it creates this kind of nice little, almost halo effect. I'll have to zoom in later. Okay, maybe maybe I could do it by showing you. with this corner here, I'm going to have to hold the camera as close as I can get. So right now, that's sort of a typical Van Gogh kind of outline. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a, oops, oh, it's kind of a mint color. I don't like that. Hold on. I'm just going to get some yellow, mix it on my hand, and I'm just going to go in, I'm going to paint the other sides of it so that the outline is thinner, and it kind of makes it look like it's slightly glowing. Isn't that neat? And I just discovered it because I wanted those outlines to be thinner, and I definitely got to go back and try different colors so it's not always the same. So there you go. That's the new invention. Probably not new. And this one can benefit from it. This guy right here. So could you. So could you. So could you. Why not? I'm going to try what happens if I put green up here. I just don't like the way this branch is too big, so I'm going to fix that. Hold on. I just noticed a problem. I think I'd pan a lot quicker if I wasn't filming this. Okay, alright, so I need a new brush. Sip of coffee. Okay, what am I doing? I forget what I was doing. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a brown and maybe even purples and start just doing those details like I was talking about before on the tree itself. Now, so they kind of have these marks that go across, and they're so neat. They sort of come like little, some are vertical. Some are like just pure black, and they're like weird streaks. I don't know why this is coming across as so black. I wanted a more brown. I mean, I'll vary it up. I'll add some different ones. So there'll be splotches, like random, maybe near the bottom. They sort of, some birch trees sort of do this at the bottom. They kind of start streaking up like this. So maybe I'll do that a bit. And I really should look at a picture because I'm not sure if the branches themselves have all these marks. Okay, here's raw umber. Let's try that. I feel like I just want to get this thing done now. I think it's because this tinnitus is loud and it's beginning to stress me out a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do it much longer. Oh man. I don't feel so good. Damn it. I'm gonna have to take a nap after this. Ooh. It's not fair. It sucks. I would like to have this in peace for like just 1 hour. That would be nice. Okay, let's try. Yeah, I think what I need to do is with these trees that are a little bit in the background, I have to darken them up a tiny bit. There we go, just to give them a bit more, like they're further behind. Whew. Just trying to break up the perfectness now. Hey, Barb. was I doing? Yeah. Better, yeah, I want that one to be darker. That's better. Yeah, I like the way, oops, fuck that up a bit. Is there a green anywhere? There you go. That looks nicer. Okay. Hey, Bart would say, each painting in this series gets better and better, Josh. Oh, thanks. Yeah, this is my last canvas. I just, I have to order, well, I'm waiting for them to come in. They said they should be having some Thursday or Friday. So, unfortunately, I don't know how much I'm going to get done. I could probably finish off that big one. I'm working on this one where it's a woman in a burqa and a canoe. And I'm really loving that one. I probably could finish off that one. Let me go back into here. A bit more water. It's too similar in color. I think it'd be kind of good to break up the color of these dudes. This needs to be a bit more gray, so let me darken it up a bit. There we go. Now, what if I put blues in? Let's see what happens if I put blues in. Purples and blues. Who knows? Let me just go in and just add some weird markings. Oh, I can see how impatient I'm getting. I want to get this sucker done. It's like a mad rush. Maybe that's why I like this music from Interstellar, because it's kind of intense. If you ever watch the movie, there's a scene where they're stuck on this planet. Well, they're trying to find some people who they think have crash landed on this planet, and only two of them, or something like 2 or 3, can go down, and one dude has to stay on the ship orbiting the planet. Now the problem is, because of some gravitational forces or something, I don't know, but every minute is like a day or something. So every minute is a certain amount of hours. So And of course, they kind of get stuck there longer. And when they finally get up, so this music, I think, is that moment where they're trying to recover the craft. And there's this, like, what looks like mountains in the background is actually a huge tidal wave, like 1,000 feet high. And so they're rushing to get back in. There's spoilers, so, just be warned. But the music is when you hear the tick-tocking, it's like they're on the planet. You can get the sense of time passing, how urgent it is. Anyhow, the spoiler, so don't listen if you don't want to be spoiled part of the movie, but the one dude is back when they finally reach the top, reach their ship orbiting. Like 9 years have passed or something, and the poor guy has been waiting for 9 years, and it's only been like about 2 hours for the people down below. Such a good movie, and I love his music. The composer's name is Hans Zimmer, and he's done tons of stuff that is amazing. He did the soundtrack to Inception, Blade Runner, so many just brilliant stuff. So what I think I might do now is that now that I laid into some of this, I'm going to go back into some white. So all I'm doing is just taking some white right off here. Maybe I should move the camera back. And I'll layer white on top of it. I just know it's going to have a nicer effect. It'll begin to look more like birch. Some birch is just beautiful white. I think that's why people like birches. Just they're very like elegant trees. They're very innocent looking because of that whiteness. So I'm just very gently going in here and adding kind of like white marks, white little dabs. Because my other marks were so impatient, they became repetitive. So I'm basically like breaking up those impatient marks with something a little more patient. I think this area needs just a big splotch of white. Just, yeah, there we go. Same with this branch here. So the irony is I can't tell if I'm patient or impatient. It's very strange because I could do this for hours and hours. It's very weird. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely gotta fix this up. Holy shit, my frequency just changed. Wow. Every once in a while the tinnitus will just sort of just do something weird. Like right now I'm kind of used to this one tone that's playing right now. And then a second ago it was this crazy high-pitched sound. Woo! It's like someone has some sort of like electronic device attached to the side of my head and they're just fucking with me. They're just changing the knobs. Barbara, I don't know if you know this, but I got tinnitus pretty bad. I think Andrew and I should get together and we could chat like a bunch of old grumpy men. Oh, changing frequency. What the hell are you doing, brain? Yeah, I know. Sorry, but you're amazing how you've been able to paint. Yeah. Oh, you would love, yeah, me and Andy do, yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely something that is definitely going to happen. I'm not sure if I should surprise him or... If I come up, I can bring Nugget, right? I was going to zip the camera. Okay. All right, cool. I think there's a bit of a delay in this chit chat video thing. It's about a 5-second delay. All right, I think I might have to go take a nap now. This is getting to be a bit too loud. What do I think? What do I think? Something. I need to do something else. Is it done? Mixing up a green, whatever the hell color this is. Kind of going with a little tiny little. I think I want to add, yeah, some of these streaks. I need to wetten it up a bit. I need some drippy bits. Whoa! Okay. I got appointment Wednesdays are my new day off during the week. All right. Oh shit! Look, is that paint on my face? Nice. Wait, which way is it? Beautiful. How the hell did that happen? Where did that come from? Oh, I think I flicked my brush and boom, right in the face. That's awesome. All right. Okay. It's funny. Okay. Always at the last minute, I always add a bunch of stuff just to change it up. I don't know why. Like adding yellow down there. Who knows what that's like. Okay, all right. I think it's done. All right, I think it's done. Okay. Wait, there we go. Okay. Let's call that one a wrap. All right. Until next time.